And on this Mother's Day, we bring you a heartwarming story about two mothers and their incredible capacity to love and share. What they share is a daughter, because one is the biological mom, the other the adoptive mom. Tonight, Minna Rhee introduces you to one big happy family.
Look at her. She is so sweet.
Artrina Heinbecker had just given birth to this precious baby girl, but she was only 17 years old, a child giving birth to a child. Look closely and you'll see a pain in her eyes few people will ever understand, because Artrina Heinbecker was about to do the most difficult thing a mother of any age could imagine. She was about to give up her baby.
I was upset. I was sad, but not because I thought I had made the wrong decision. I was just sad because it was a loss. It was like the finalization, okay? You know, like, she's not mine anymore. She's going to a new home where people love her just as much, if not more.
Never have I been so far enough. I'm sorry. I trust in you every day with Daniel to bring up Diana in a good, loving home. I have seen how you raised your son, and I'm sure you'll treat Diana as your own.
Artrina picked this loving family to raise her baby, and before her God, her family, and her friend, she passed little Diana from the arms of one mother to another. But this was no regular adoption, this was an open adoption, and this gathering is called an entrustment ceremony. What that means is that Artrina has been allowed to be part of her daughter's life, and she's been there for her daughter's first birthday, her first smile, and her first steps.
Hi. I think everybody has the right to know where they came from. It's a fundamental part of who you are.
I get to watch this little girl grow up without any guilt, without any question that I made the right decision. I couldn't live with the what if.
And she'll never have to. Artrina only lives 20 minutes away and is welcome to drop by anytime.
What do you do if you ever want to speak to Artrina?
My mom gives me a number. I can pretty much talk to her anytime.
It's not co-parenting.
No, I mean, without even verbalizing it really. We both had a sense of each other's role. There was never any, quote-unquote competition or any kind of feeling that, there was going to be any kind of disagreement.
When it comes to laying down the law, it's you.
It's us. Oh, yes.
If someone were to ask you, who's your mother, what would you say?
The person outside my bedroom right now who's probably eavesdropping.
Of course.
What is that?
You're doing so good.
Artrina is known as the tummy mummy, and she's been present for many of the milestones as well as birthdays and holidays like any other family member.
She knows that I gave birth to her, but I'm not her mom. I'm kind of like an aunt, but not really. It's an interesting relationship we have.
The openness of the adoption is unique indeed and demonstrates how fear of losing a child's love to a birth parent is unfounded.
Because loving Artrina doesn't make you love your mom less, right? Or your dad or your brother.
Exactly. I love my brother and my dad and my mom and my other mom equally. It's like fourths. I love them all quarters.
So how fluid is it? How fluid of a relationship? What's open?
In the beginning, we met Artrina at neutral locations. We met at malls and playgrounds and things like that.
There was a natural progression as trust developed, and she was eventually invited into the Brennan home.
I wanted her to see where she was going to bed at night, where she was laying her head at night, and I wanted her to be able to go away with that in her mind.
If that seems unbelievable, get this. She extended a hand and put a roof over Artrina's head after she gave birth to a second child. Deb has been a mentor to her daughter's biological mother.
I came and stayed for a week, and she helped me. She taught me how to properly wrap him and things that you don't know.
You make it seem so simple, and yet, raising a family, raising a kid is anything but. It's very complicated. So have there been any hardships along the way? Any regrets in keeping this so open?
No.
A couple of bumps along the way, but we've been very
always
fortunate.
with honesty. I mean, I think we've always dealt with those things. We've always talked to one another and said, I'm not feeling comfortable with this.
New legislation here at Queen's Park means that if you were involved in an adoption here in Ontario, your privacy rights will soon be a thing of the past. Beginning June 1st, adoptees over the age of 18 and birth parents will have access to personal information identifying the other party, information that is currently protected in sealed files. While some may choose to remain anonymous by signing a disclosure veto, the hope is that open records will lead to open adoptions. Michael Grand is a professor of clinical psychology at Guelph University and an expert in the field of adoption.
You have this interesting paradox. Try and build an adoptive family by keeping the birth family away, and you break down the possibility of good relationships within the adoptive family. Support search and reunion for birth family, and you improve the relationships between adoptees and the adoptive family.
Deborah has chronicled her journey through adoption as well as the stories of 19 other families in a book titled Labors of Love.
This was 5 years in the making?
Yes, it was. When people do talk about it, they really don't know how to talk about it or what questions to ask or what's appropriate or not appropriate, and I think education is a big part of that. So this book, I hope, will help people understand the reality of adoption.
With real pictures.
Real pictures, stories, real stories names. From all across the country.
Just like Hannah Montana's song, Diana Brennan believes she's got the best of both worlds.
How do you feel about everyone knowing that you are adopted and that you have this open adoption?
My mom wrote about it because some people don't want to share that they're adopted.
You know, this is a special occasion. If I weren't on TV right now, it would be No Boys Allowed.
Having two mothers in her life has given Diana a confidence because she knows her roots, and she will never have to waste time fantasizing about where she came from. And for the other two mothers who share this beautiful little girl, unconditional love is something they share every day.
See you later, alligator.